It's funny, when I started the business here again back in 1980, it was kind of an easy decision because I wasn't where I wanted to be and I wanted to get somewhere else in my life. You know, recently married, 2 kids, new home built and all that, and I just had to do something to solidify that foundation. So it was kind of an easy call to get it going based on my inner feelings at the time. The one thing I didn't plan on was basically how to get out of the business. I am Dan Foley, born and raised in Dayton, Ohio, and then a stint in the service from 65 to 67, but pretty much the rest of my life in this area. My wife's name is Jo. Jo Ellen, technically, but don't call her that, just Jo. And I got married in 1971, 27 years of age at the time. My wife was also 27. We have 2 daughters. And 5 grandchildren from those daughters, and my wife had 2 children from a previous marriage, and there's 5 grandchildren in that group. Gives us 10 of those as a total, and 1 great-grandchild from the first set of kids or grandkids. So I went into the Army in 1965. Took my basic at Fort Knox, Kentucky. It got me in shape. I dropped probably 15 pounds. After that, for my advanced training, I went to Aberdeen Proving Grounds in Maryland for aircraft armament. In '66, I got orders to go to Vietnam. And kind of a funny story about the Army. I'd taken the course, I'd taught the course, so I figured when I get over there, they'll put me in an aviation unit and work on choppers well, when I get over there, they, in their wisdom, put me in an engineer detachment. And any employees I've had now or ever have said no for a fact that I'm not a fix-it-up kind of guy. So I often joked with guys in my unit that I should have gotten a Purple Heart for the number of times I smashed my thumbs because I cannot literally drive a nail. So it taught me discipline. It taught me teamwork. It taught me camaraderie. You know, you got my back, I'll get your back. You know, you just jump in and help. You don't sit down and talk about who's going to do this. Damn it, you just do it. So after going to Nam, I came back in '67 and discharged out. And then in that fall, continued my education at the University of Dayton. I went back to work for a company that I was with before I left for the service. It was called Data Services Corporation, and they had a printing operation. Did that for a number of years. I was there a total of like 25 years, I guess it was, until '78. They had a ownership change, and some of the existing employees were asked to leave, and I was one of them. I went to work for a few other places here in town, Precision Graphics and Washington Center Publications. Both of those positions were in sales, which I'd never done before. It was a good learning experience. But after a few years of that, I wasn't fulfilled with what I was doing, and from my past experiences, go ahead and start my own company. And I started strictly as a printing broker. It started out as J&S Printing for my 2 daughters, Jennifer and Sherry, and then in '83 I hired my first 2 employees, and we changed it to J&S Graphics because we were getting more into the art side, creative side of the business. And then in '85 or '6 we changed it to Nova Creative Group. At that time, incorporated the business, created a corporation. Well, I guess anytime somebody starts a business, your first major concern are finances. So many operations fail because they're underfunded going in, and mine was no exception. But I had made up my mind that I was going to succeed. My first loan to get the business started was from my mom. She advanced me some money to get going, and I promised to pay her back within 60 to 90 days, which I was able to fulfill that obligation. I hired Larry in 1983 from a place called Centerline Design, who was doing all my production and creative work at that time while I was just out doing the print selling. In 85, he bought into the business, and Larry's strong suit versus mine, he was stronger in sales, I was stronger in administrative functions. I still maintained the clients I had at the time, and then Larry was pretty much a go knock on the door kind of guy. So he's got his skill sets, I've got mine, and it's usually a mixture. You know, everybody's got very strong points, not so strong points, and maybe they ought to just stay out of the points. But that's why the collaborative effort of everybody, you know, from sales to design to web. I've often joked with the staff here that I can't even draw a circle with a compass, which is pretty true. But anyway, so yeah, as far as Larry, we worked well together. We've had our differences, as most partners do. We've always worked it out, and from my perspective, made pretty good decisions as we moved forward. Well, my philosophy has always been, I'm a people person. I look at staff, everybody here and in the past, as a person first and an employee second. I want that association with each employee because I feel more bonded with them. They expect more out of me, I expect more out of them. And you know, most employees here now have families, they have kids, and I'm interested in that. I'm basically a family guy. We have a fantastic family, a very large family, and I enjoy every minute with them. And I think to me it brings things into perspective when I come around and talk to people. I get to know them as even more as people than just through the interview process. I know what makes them tick, and I know, you know, their happy times and their sad times, and I try to talk them through either one if necessary or if invited to do so. Everybody's got ups and downs. But to me, it's just part of the personal relationship that if they're going to trust me to run the company, I'm going to trust them more the more I know about them. Mm-hmm. Okay, the first client, the most important, I guess, would be the first one, and that was Maria Joseph Living Care Center out on Salem Avenue, a senior home, still there. Did a sizable job for them first time through. I learned a lot as I went, more from the sales and service perspective because I was still new in the sales game. But when you're a one-person operation, you got to learn to do it all. You know, you quote it, you meet with the client, you meet with the people doing your creative and production, you go to the press proofs, you run the whole gamut. Which here again was building blocks for me to know what the industry was all about, even though I worked in different areas of it. But then you get certain clients that that you become loyal with. You get to know, and here again, being a people person, that you look at them more as a person. There are trials and tribulations within their operation. You try to help them, you smooth things out for them, and they will return back to you for future work, and you build up a relationship with them. It's more like, you know, we're into this together. We're gonna work through this. We'll do what we need to do. So the cable industry has been good to us. Retail, used to do work for the Salem Mall, the Greensburg Mall, and outside of Pittsburgh, and manufacturers, healthcare. You name it, we've done it all because we don't want to be pigeonholed into, okay, well, they only do A or they only do B, or we want to be serviceable to any organization that might require our help. Well, I just like Mondays. You get back in the swing of things. You get, to me, and people around here sound crazy, but I'm converting most of them, you know, that without a Monday, you don't have a Friday, you know. So after the weekend, you spend it with your family and your friends, and now it's time to put your nose to the grindstone, get back to work, get that mental mindset going, get your juices flowing again, and the fact that it's the first working day of the week makes Mondays special to me. It's just, you know, you just get back on the horse, you ride hard for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, whatever it may take, 8-hour days, 10-hour days. And you know, that's to me, it was started out as kind of a joke, but the more I get into it, the more I really believe that it's a kickstart, you know, to your work week, to your business, to your profession, to your things that fulfill people in an everyday business as owners or as employees. I will miss it. I will miss the people. Back to the people. You know, I will miss the people. I will miss the camaraderie. We have a great group of people. So I will miss that. I will miss working with clients. I've established a lot of good associations with them. Same with vendors. So that's probably what I'll miss. I won't miss deadlines.
Yeah.
I won't miss cash flow reports if they're not on the good side. I won't miss low revenue months. But I won't. I'll just miss it. Mm-hmm. It is a collective thing here. In closing, here again, I'll just say, first of all, thanks to you, Casey, for the interview. You've done a fantastic job making me look like a rock star. But best of luck to everybody, both here again, personally first and professionally second. I want for everybody to hear that works here or will work here in the future to have the feeling of satisfaction that I got throughout my 34 years of doing this. And whether it's here or elsewhere, as long as everybody at the end of their life's journey has fulfilled some dreams, has been able to develop friendships, family, things of value, but the heart to me of an organization like this or the country as a whole is taking care of one another. And so in closing, here again, just the best of luck to everybody. And I just wish you all the most success in your lives.